don't know about you, but when I think about medical researchers, the people working on curing cancer or helping the blind to see and the deaf to hear and the annoying to be less like that, when I think of those people, I only want them to do their work if they support genocide. That's the only way I think they're worthy of working on medical research. You're with me on that, right? Luckily, the Trump administration's National Institute of Health has put out new guidelines making sure that only researchers who support bombing children will get government grants to do medical research. Genius idea. The guidelines say recipients of NIH grants promise they will not, during the term of this award, engage in a discriminatory prohibited boycott, which is defined as refusing to deal, cutting commercial relations, or otherwise limiting commercial relations, specifically with Israeli companies or with companies doing business with Israel. What a relief! I cannot tell you how many times I've heard a friend was about to start chemo and I was like, wait, whoa. Do you know if the chemo supports Israel? And my friend was like, I don't know. And I'm like, dude, I know you're dealing with this whole cancer thing or whatever you got going on in your life, but it's best to just avoid taking it if you can't know where it stands on Israel's wonderful and justice-based ethnic cleansing in Gaza. This is such a great idea. Thank you, Donald Trump. Such a great idea to cut off all funding to any medical research that might slightly decrease their business relations with Israel. And you'll notice the policy does not say anything about any other countries or states. You could literally be a medical researcher who has cut all ties with Africa, the entire continent, because you're a member of a white supremacist bowling league and you're afraid of what they would think. And that's fine. You could cut ties with Britain because you don't like spotted dick. You had it once in college when you were drunk and you didn't care for it. And that's fine too. You could have an ongoing boycott against Walmart because you think it's too proudly American. And that's fine. But Israel, no, that is not allowed. Thank goodness. Also, in order to get a medical research grant, you have to ensure you will not operate or advance or promote DEI, DEIA, discriminatory equity ideology. And if you're wondering what DEIA is, that's diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility. Again, what a relief. I was so worried that those doing research on how to decrease the impact of, Alzheimer's might have a ramp going up to their building. I mean, just allowing people in wheelchairs to get in. And can you imagine just rolling up and down the halls all willy-nilly? Or should I say wheelie-neely? And I'm not, and look, I'm not saying they can't come in the building. They could be there just like everyone else. But they should have to crawl up those stairs to prove they're worthy. Ramps are the devil's